Former Premier Gordon Campbell is staying in the news. He seems to be surrounding himself with controversy nonstop as he has received the honor of the Order of BC. Stephen Smart from CBC joins us now from outside the legislature to talk a little bit more about this. It seemed, Stephen, the announcement obviously coming out last week along with Jim Robson and other notables receiving the order, but of course as soon as Gordon Campbell's name came up, controversy just sparked and the debate seems to be raging on. And it seems like there is one particular group saying that he might not even qualify.
Yeah, this really is divided into two different camps. And since you mentioned people like Robson, you know, it's too bad that their honor gets a little bit lost in this debate because you mentioned Jim Robson there, Crystal Dunahee, also Tim Jones, who's very well known on the Lower Mainland side of things with North Shore Search and Rescue, all very deserving. This debate really gets separated into two camps, Scott. Number one are the people who just hate Gordon Campbell and don't think he deserves the honor in the first place. But there's a second group, and those are the ones we've really been hearing from, who don't think he's eligible, because the rules are that you can't be awarded the Order of BC when you're a sitting politician. Campbell was nominated while he was still in office. So there's been a group, including the NDP, who have come out and said, hey, he shouldn't even be eligible in the first place because he was nominated while he was still in office. Now, I've actually show you how much time I have on my hands, Scott. I've actually pulled out the statute, the act that governs the Order of BC, and it is very clear that anyone can be nominated for the Order of BC, but you cannot have it awarded to you or appointed, as the language goes, while you actually hold office. Well, Gordon Campbell stopped holding office in mid-March. He was appointed or awarded the Order of BC last Friday, so that really doesn't apply. So, you know, I think a lot of this is now going to focus on just the fact that people think it was way too soon for Gordon Campbell, you know, no stranger to controversy, to be given this honor.
Well, that seems to be one of the big ones coming up, is like, why did they have to do this now? Whether you were on side with his politics or not, the Premier was pushed out of office, and why wouldn't you wait, you know, 2 years from now, 3 years from now?
Yeah, it seems really odd, to be frank. I mean, the only other Premier that's ever been given this honor was Bill Bennett, and he was out of office for over 20 years by the time he was awarded. He was only given it back in 2007. And that was, I thought Adrian Dix's comments yesterday were quite on. You know, he took the politics out of it and he said, listen, no one can argue how much of Gordon Campbell's life was devoted to public service. That deserves recognition. But really, was it really necessary for it to happen this soon? I think that's the question that's going to continue to be brought up.
I'll let you go in just a second, but there is news out of the legislature in terms of when the next session will be starting?
Yeah, October 3rd. We haven't had a fall session in a while. We certainly didn't have one last year. So October 3rd until the end of November, Christy Clark, Adrian Dix, all the MLAs will be here. Also kind of unusual, they're going to start the fall session with a throne speech. That doesn't usually happen. It's usually considered a continuation of the spring session, but Christy Clark really wants to, knowing she's not going to an election, come in here, set her own agenda. So that'll all get going in early October, focusing on jobs, we're told, and it should be an interesting fall to be following politics here, Scott.